Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a very clever minister. He was trusted by the king more than anyone else. Whenever a problem arose in the kingdom, whether it was about trade, peace, or even war, the king would ask the minister for advice, and without fail, the minister always had a solution. Because of this, the king respected him greatly. But as you may guess, not everyone was happy about this. The other courtiers, full of jealousy, often whispered to each other, "Why does the king always trust him? Why is he so special? One day we must bring him down." And so, envy grew inside the palace walls. One morning, while the king was speaking with his courtiers, he suddenly turned to the minister and said, "My dear minister, you are clever indeed, but your son is truly foolish. He has no sense at all." The entire court burst into laughter. The minister's face turned red with embarrassment. He bowed respectfully and asked, "Your Majesty, why do you say such a thing? Why do you call my son foolish?" The king chuckled. "Every morning when I walk through the market, I see your son there. And every day I ask him a simple question. What is more valuable, gold or silver? And every day your son chooses silver instead of gold. Can you believe it? Silver over gold. Surely he is a fool." The courtiers roared with laughter again. Some even pointed fingers, whispering insults. The minister felt deeply hurt. He said nothing more to the king, but in his heart he was troubled. That evening the minister returned home. His mind was restless, his heart heavy. He called for his son and asked sternly, "My child, tell me the truth. Which metal is more valuable, gold or silver?" Without hesitation, the boy replied, "Of course, father, gold is more valuable than silver." The minister frowned. "Then why every morning do you tell the king that silver is more valuable? Do you not realize that the whole court laughs at you and at me?" The boy smiled gently, almost playfully. "Father, if you wish to understand, come with me. I will show you." The boy led his father to his room. He opened a wooden chest hidden under his bed. When the lid creaked open, the minister gasped. Inside the box lay a mountain of shiny silver coins, hundreds of them, maybe even thousands, all neatly stacked. The minister's eyes widened. "What is this? Where did you get all these silver coins?" The boy laughed softly. "These are the coins given to me by the king himself." The minister was stunned. "By the king? Explain yourself, child." The boy nodded. "Every morning when His Majesty visits the market, he places 2 coins before me, one silver, one gold. He then asks, 'Which is more valuable?' And every morning I choose the silver coin. When I do this, the king laughs, the courtiers laugh, and they call me a fool. But the king is amused, and I return home with a silver coin in my pocket. Now, father, if I were to choose the gold coin just once, what would happen? The king would realize I know the truth. He would never ask me again, and I would stop receiving a silver coin every day. So, tell me, father, which is wiser? To take one piece of gold and end the game, or to collect silver coins every day until I have a chest full of treasure?" The minister was speechless. His son's words struck him like lightning. He stared at the chest filled with silver and finally understood. The minister embraced his son, his heart swelling with pride. He whispered, "My son, the world may call you foolish, but you are wiser than they can ever understand." The next morning, when the king again laughed at the boy, the minister no longer felt shame. Instead, he smiled quietly to himself. From that day on, whenever people mocked his son, the minister would simply bow his head and say nothing, for he knew the truth. Wisdom does not always shout, nor does it show off. Sometimes true wisdom hides behind silence and patience. Dear friends, have you noticed? Some people do a little but boast loudly. Others do great things but stay silent. The world often misunderstands those who are truly wise, calling them fools or crazy. But remember, if you know what you are doing is right, there is no need to prove yourself to others. Quiet success is greater than loud pride. Patience and humility will always win in the end.